King Harold holds his head up, gets an arrow in the eye. Who was that man? Who was that man? Lost in history's groves. Who was that man? Who was that man? His name was Michael Gove. At the conference in Munich in 1938, Chamberlain meets Hitler to decide on Europe's fate. Neville asked his ministers, should this treaty be signed? Who was it said to Neville, this means peace in our time? Who was that man? Who was that man? That bungalow in Hove. Who was that man? Who was that man? His name was Michael Gove. His name was Michael Gove. In all of history's cock-ups, one fact is always true. When someone puts their foot in it, they get Gove upon their shoe. Yeah. So when the condemned government comes in 2010, they hand in all the big jobs out to the Eton toffs again. When it comes to education, of course they hadn't got a clue, so they gave the job to someone completely clueless too. Who was that man? Who was that man? His favourite colours mauve. Who was that man? Who was that man? His name was Michael Gove. Who was that man? Who was that man? That floater in the swimming pool, the deck hole in the stove. Who was that man? Who was that man? His name was Michael Gove. Oh yes, his name